Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be finishing our Create a Sim for a series of unfortunate events. And we have been working on this series for a long time. I'm excited to move into more of the Let's Play. And we're going to start by making the characters from the Carnivorous Carnival, specifically Kevin, Hugo, and Colette. So we'll start first by making Kevin, who is considered a freak because he's ambidextrous. And Kevin is very pessimistic, self-degrading. This hair is pretty good for him also, but he just doesn't think there's a lot for him in the world because of his ambidexterity. Is that how you would say that? Ambidexterity? And he is wearing a more old-timey looking kind of suit. Honestly, I don't think this is terrible. Sometimes it's hard to find something weird enough, which is crazy because The Sims has tons of weird stuff. Honestly, maybe this is kind of what we're looking for. And then for shoes, I say we just put on something like these. And that will be our sim for Kevin. Actually, I almost forgot to give him his mustache. And he has sort of an old-timey looking mustache, sort of like this. Ooh, actually, this handlebar one is what we're going to go with. So then this will be our final Kevin sim. And then we can move on to Colette. And Colette is a contortionist, which is a fairly typical circus act. And she's slightly more optimistic than the other two, but not much. She also is pretty grim about the situation that they're in. So her hair is in two really curly pigtails. We'll see what we can do. It's a very specific hairstyle. This isn't terrible, but it's a little long. Okay, honestly, this isn't terrible. We'll keep this for now. And then for makeup, she has kind of a smoky eye, but in kind of a messy way. I kind of like this base game makeup actually. And then a darker lip. I actually really like this color. All right, so then with that done, we can move down to her outfit. And she's wearing a more circus-y outfit. I really hope we have something like it. I'm not opposed to this pirate outfit. This also isn't bad. There's this. Okay, wait, pause. What if we do this? Ooh, or maybe this. Okay, wait, I like these shorts, but then we might have to change the top. Okay, I'm thinking this, and then she has some ripped stockings. I like these. And then she's got boots on. Kind of these, honestly. And I like this outfit for Colette. And then let's just throw on a tied around necklace. Something like that. Okay, I think that's really, really pretty. So there we have our Colette sim. And then last we have Hugo, and Hugo has a hunched back, which is what makes him abnormal, according to the series. And Hugo's actually a good chef, but also has that same kind of gloomy, same pessimistic attitude as the rest of them. Also, the more I think about Colette, the more I think she has to be in this dress. I just really do. So anyway, back to Hugo, and he's got more of thinning hair. I don't hate something like this. Ooh, actually, this is perfect. And then for facial hair, I can't tell if he has 5 o'clock shadow or if he is just perpetually kind of covered in dirt. But I think we'll just give him this 5 o'clock shadow. And then going down, he is in a suspenders-y outfit. And I kind of like the idea of one of these, My Wedding Stories ones. And then maybe just some boots. And so that will be our sim for Hugo. And with Hugo, Colette, and Kevin done, we can move on to the man with a beard but no hair and the woman with hair but no beard. And these two are just pure evil. To the point where Count Olaf is afraid of them. And they are figureheads of the fire starting side of VFD. So first we're going to get his little glasses on. Honestly, these are pretty perfect. I wish we had some with darker lenses, but they're pretty good. And then he's bald, hence the name Man with No Hair. But he's got a big bushy beard like this one. And then for their outfits, they're both wearing these mauve colored robes. Just sinister culty vibes. I think this is pretty good for him. And then I think I have a cane somewhere. Okay, I have this purple cane from my Miraculous Ladybug save. Oh wait, I do have a real cane, so we can do that. So he's carrying that around. And then for shoes, I think we just put him in something like these. And there we have the man with a beard but no hair. And I don't like that he's smiling because he needs to be aggressive. There we go. And then we'll move on to the woman with a hair but no beard. And just because she's old and evil doesn't mean she can't have some cute lashes on. And then her hair is kind of in a weird updo. And we don't really have something exactly like it, but I might go with this. and then give her like the exact same glasses as the man with no hair, these little ones. And then for her, for makeup, we're going to go smoky eye. Don't really know if she has a smoky eye, but I feel like because they start fires, that's kind of a cute addition. And I think we'll add a contour to just add like even more dimension to her face. And then she has dark lips like these. And so then with that, we can go down and try to give her a similar outfit to him. Oh my gosh, and we have the exact same one. That's amazing. And I didn't realize that they are wearing black gloves. So let me go put black gloves on him as well. Okay. And then she also has the cane, but maybe I'll give her this one just so they're holding it a little bit differently. And then just throw some boots on her. And this will be our woman with hair but no beard. And so with these two done, we can go in and make Captain Wittershins. And he's the captain of the Queequeg and a VFD volunteer. And he is missing for a portion of the series, and his daughter Fiona sets out to find him. There is like a lot more lore with Captain Wittershins, but it is also spoilery. So if you don't know, I don't want to like take that from you. But for our purposes right now, he is a sea captain with a daughter named Fiona, and he's missing at the start of the series. So I think we'll give him glasses like these. And not much hair. I feel like this on the sides will be fine if we can find the right hat to cover it up. And the fact that we don't really have a sailor hat is kind of crazy to me. Like, I guess we can use this hat as our sailor's hat. And then he also has like a huge beard. I like this one for him. And then ideally he's wearing like a boat captain outfit. Okay, this is not sea captain, but it is similar energy, so we will go with that. And I think we can tie it together by using like the pirate boots. And so this will be our sim for Captain Wittershins. And then we have his daughter Fiona. And Fiona helps take care of the ship, the Queequeg. And she's intelligent and has talent with mechanics and machinery. She enjoys reading and studying fungi. And she is also like searching for her missing stepfather. So she has triangle shaped glasses. We don't really have those. So I think I'm going to go with these. And then her hair is back in a braid if we have one. And we don't really have much in the way of single braids. We have this that's braided and like back in a bun. That's kind of pretty. Or we could also do this where it's back in braids like that. That's really pretty too. Maybe we'll do this. And then we can't do a ton of the makeup on the kids. I might just give her like the slightest bit of eyeliner. This is actually really pretty on her. And then like a little bit of lipstick like that. And then for an outfit, she's also wearing a red sailing fit. Okay, honestly, as weird as it is, maybe she can wear this. And then maybe these shoes. And that will be our final sim for Fiona Wittershins. Next, we'll go in and make Kit Snicket, who is Lemony and Jacques' sister. And Kit is on the good side of VFD. And she's praised for having like really high morality, having a lot of great care for the children. She's a little bit rebellious and outspoken, but her priority is definitely justice and maintaining the well-being of others. So Kit has kind of a wavy, like, bob. I don't hate this, although I wish there was a little bit more like wave to it. Ooh, let's do this for Kit. I think this really looks like her. And then for makeup, I think I'm actually going to skip eyeshadow and just do like a light liner and put on like a soft pink lipstick. Like that maybe. All right, and then we'll go down and she's wearing like a leather jacket with a shirt under it. Kit is also pregnant in this series. And so when we get to the Let's Play, we can add the pregnancy aspect. I kind of like this one. And I wonder if we can change the shirt to purple. Okay, there we can kind of do it. And then for pants, it looks like she's just wearing some skinnier, like, cargo pants. I don't hate these pants. They're a little skinny. But we're gonna have boots on, so I feel like that's actually okay. And then we'll put some taller boots on her. Ooh, like these. I love these on her. And then she's wearing, like, a red scarf. We have this one, but it's like crazy big. I kind of like this one actually. And so then that will be our Kit Snicket sim. I actually really love her aesthetic. And so with Kit done, we can move on to the denouement siblings, if that's how you say it. And the denouement siblings are all triplets who are managers of the Denouement Hotel. Also, I'm probably saying that wrong, but just so you know. And they're completely identical, which can be confusing to people, including the Baudelaires, because they're on opposite sides of VFD. So Frank is like the good brother. He is on the anti-fire starting side of VFD. VFD, and his goal is to help the Baudelaires. And they have like a very polished look about them. Like I actually kind of like this hair from Parenthood for them. And I'm actually going to go through and do them all together because they're completely identical triplets. Because here we have Ernest, and Ernest is on the antagonistic side of VFD. Ernest is on the side of Olaf and everyone kind of plotting on the downfall of the Baudelaires. Hence why it's such an issue for the Baudelaires to not be able to tell the triplets apart. And then we have Dewey, the third triplet. And I feel like Dewey is also pretty good. He's in charge of the library there and is actually the father of Kit Snicket's child and her partner. And so I think too, we can assume that he's a pretty good guy if he is with Kit. So then we'll go in and do all of their mustaches. And I feel like this one is our best fit. And then they are all just wearing like nicer brown black suits. I think this is a nice suit for them. And then we can throw on maybe these black loafers. So we'll go carry that over to all of them. And then with all three of these triplets completed, here is our final Ernest, Dewey, and Frank Sims. And again, like they are all the exact same sim. So then the last character we're going to make is Ishmael. And Ishmael only appears in the very last book of the series. And he is a cult leader of sorts. And he's a secretive elderly man who dislikes change. It's actually revealed to us that he is the founder of VFD, but he prioritizes peace as to try to minimize the risk of another schism happening like did in VFD. And I think this hair is actually pretty good for him. He lets it get pretty long. And then he's got just like the longest beard. We'll maybe do this one. And then he's wearing like a white robe. Like they really do play into kind of the culty aspect of it. We only have this like bathrobe though. What sucks is we have this one from Batu and I never use Batu stuff, but like if this was in white, it would be kind of perfect. I might do this graduation robe on him actually, and maybe just put these slippers on him, kind of play into like the relaxed cult leader vibes. All right, and then that is going to be our final Ishmael sim. He looks so funny, but like he's actually pretty accurate, I think. And so with all of these characters completed, that is going to be it for every Create a Sim in our Series of Unfortunate Events series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave it a like or comment and subscribe for more videos like this, or to see the next video in this series where we create the builds needed for the Bad Beginning Let's Play. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.